Good morning and Jai dear children. Children, I welcome you all in today's live math class. I hope all of you have completed your homework and you are ready with your Al textbook, pen and other notebook. Right children? So children, in the last class we had solved the questions from exercise 5A and also I had discussed about the proper fraction and improper fractions. Right? So today we will continue the same topic. So before I proceed children, let me ask you some question. If I ask you what is a fraction, so what you will say? You will say that a fraction is a part of a whole, right? So in what form is a fraction written children? If I ask you what is the form of a fraction, so what will you say children? You will say that a fraction is written in the form of a upon b, where a is the upper part. By what name is the upper part known as children? Upper part is known as numerator, right children? Upper part is numerator and the lower part is known as the denominator, right? So numerator and denominator. If we have divided something into 5 partitions and out of 5 we have chosen 2 parts only, so our fraction will be 2 out of 5, right? So 2 out of 5 means 2 by 5. So 2 will be the numerator, that is the number of parts we have chosen, and 5 will be denominator, that means total number of parts. Okay. So denominator shows the total number of partition, the lower part. So children, on the basis of numerator and denominator, if we see different fraction, then we will find 3 different cases. What 3 different cases are there children? Let us discuss now. If you observe a fraction, then in first case you will find the fractions in which numerator is less than denominator. Okay, this is the first type of fraction. In second type of fraction, case 2, you will see that numerator is equal to denominator, and in third type of fraction, that is case 3, you will see that numerator is greater than denominator, right? So these are 3 different cases children. Out of these 3 cases, numerator less than denominator, suppose our fraction is 4 by 5. Here you can see children, 4 is less than 5. This is the first case. Second case, 5 out of 5. Numerator and denominator both are equal. Third case, suppose 6 out of 5. 6 by 5. Numerator 6 is greater than denominator 5. Right? So, first type of fraction in which numerator is less than denominator. Here you can say children, if we have an apple and we are dividing this apple into 5 equal partitions. So we are not choosing all 5 parts. We are not choosing the whole apple. We are choosing less than 5, less than whole. Okay. So we are choosing only 4 parts. Okay, so we are not getting whole, but we are getting less than whole. So such fractions in which the value of fraction is less than whole. Whole means children 1. Whole means 1. 1 represents whole. So 5 out of 5 represent the whole. But we have chosen only 4 parts. So we have chosen less than whole. That means less than 1 part. So such fractions are known as children proper fractions, right? So this is proper fraction. And other 2 cases. These 2 cases are known as improper fractions. So improper fractions. So the fractions in which numerator is equal to denominator or numerator is greater than denominator, such fractions are known as improper fractions. Numerator is equal to denominator means what children? It means that if there is an apple and we have made 5 partitions of this, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then out of these 5 partitions, we have chosen all 5 parts for us. So if all 5 parts are taken, okay, then we will get the whole apple, children. Am I right? You will get the whole apple. So you will say that I have got 1 apple. Whole is represented by 1. 5 by 5 equal to 5 1 ja 5. So it will be cut for 1 time. So whole apple is represented by 1. So if you are getting 1 whole apple or more than 1 apple, 6 by 5 means what children? after getting 5 of 5, if you are demanding for one more part, then you will say that I have got 6 by 5 parts. It means you have taken one whole apple, 5 out of 5, okay. So 5 out of 5, and for the 6th part, you will take another apple, you will divide it into 5 equal parts, okay. And out of these 5 parts, you will choose one part. So 1 out of 5. So 5 by 5 plus 1 by 5, you will get 6 by 5. So you can see, children, in this case, the part you have got is more than 1. Okay? Here you have got one whole apple. So if your value, the value of fraction is equal to 1 or greater than 1, then such fraction is known as improper fraction. Right? So children, if you are given some fraction and you are asked to find out whether the given fraction is proper or improper, then what you will do, children? You will just check the numerator and denominator. Right? So if numerator is less than denominator, then fraction will be proper. And if numerator is not less than denominator, but it is equal to or greater than denominator, then fraction will be improper. Clear, children? So for this, children, we can solve question number 1 and 2. So you can see, children, question number 1 and 2 in your exercise 5B on page number 85 in your R.S. Agarwal textbook. So children, in both the questions, you can get the questions in your book. First question is, which of the following are proper fraction? Some fractions are given, you have to find out which are proper. And in the second question, which of the following are improper fraction? Alright, children? So I think you can solve these questions. So I request you to solve this question in your notebook. I am solving the question here on the board at the same time. Right? So what is the question, children? And children, always remember that proper fraction is always less than 1 and improper fraction is greater than or equal to 1. Right? So you can note down it somewhere in your rough notebook or fair notebook. Clear? So question number 1. What is question number 1? Here you can see some fractions are there. 1 by 2, 3 by 5, 10 by 7, then 7 by 4, 2, 15 by 8, 16 by 16, then 10 by 11, and lastly 23 by 10. These are the fractions, children. Right? So we have to find the proper fractions. So which are the proper fractions, children? If you see, so you will find that 1 by 2, 3 by 5, and 10 by 11. These three are proper fractions. Why, children? Because in all of these three fractions, numerator is less than denominator. Numerator 1 is less than denominator 2. Numerator 3 is less than denominator 5. Here, numerator 10 less than denominator 11. Right? In all other fractions, numerator 10 greater than 7. Numerator 7 greater than denominator 4. Numerator is greater than denominator. So all the other fractions are improper fraction. Also here 2 is a whole number, okay, and 2 is greater than 1. So this will be improper because any fraction whose value is greater than 1 or equal to 1 is improper fraction. Right, children? So I think you can solve this question. So for 1 by 2, children, you can write that since 1 is less than 2, numerator is less than denominator, so this is proper fraction. This is the way how to solve this question, right? For 3 by 5, here 3 is less than 5, so this is proper fraction. Children, we have to write only proper fractions, okay? Because question is saying about write the proper fraction, choose the proper fractions only. So we will not write improper fraction. Last was 10 by 11. So in this, numerator 10 is less than denominator 11. So this is proper fraction. Right? In this way, I think you can solve this question. In the second question is the same, but in first question you have to choose proper fraction. In second one, you have to choose improper fractions only. Right, children? So I think you can solve question number 2 now. So to find the improper fraction, you will choose those fractions in which numerator is either greater than denominator or equal to denominator. Clear? So second question, see the fractions are 3 by 2, 5 by 6, then 9 by 4, 8 by 8, right children? 3 and 27 by 16, 3, 27 by 16, then 23 by 31, next 19 by 18. What are the other numbers, children? 10 by 13 and 26 by 26. Right, children? So, can you tell which one are improper fractions? The fractions in which numerator is greater than or equal to denominator. So, you can see first one, improper fractions, numerator 3 greater than denominator. So, it is improper. Second is proper fraction, numerator is less than denominator, right? So, you will not choose this. Third, fourth, fifth, then sixth, after that 19 by 18, and then 26 by 26. All of these are improper fractions, children. As you can see, in all of these fractions, numerator is greater than denominator or numerator is equal to denominator, right? And 3 is a whole number whose value is greater than 1. So this is also improper fraction because 3 can be written as 3 by 1. Numerator is greater than denominator, right? So whole numbers are improper. And what about 5 by 6? Numerator is less than denominator, so this is proper fraction. So we will not write it here. Similarly, 23 by 31, this is proper fractions, so we will not write the proper fraction here. So I think all of you can solve this question now. So let us move to the next question, question number 3. So children, read the question number 3 now. What is question number 3, children? In this question, write 6 improper fractions with denominator 5, right? So question number 3, we have to write 6 improper fractions with denominator. What is the denominator, children? Denominator is 5, right? So we have to write 6 fractions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In this way, children, firstly write 6 fractions. Okay. In all of these 6 fractions, denominator is 5. Denominator is given. Denominator means lower part. So lower part is 5 in all 6 fractions. So you have to write 5 in all of these fractions. By 5, by 5, 5, 5, 5 and 5. Now what about numerator, children? Numerator, we don't know. But we know that all of these are improper fractions. Okay? So value of numerator must be greater than or equal to the denominator because the fractions are improper. Right, children? So we will write the numbers which are greater than 5. Clear? So in numerator, in place of numerator, you have to write any number which is greater than 5. So I am starting from 6. Suppose 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So write 6 different numbers which are greater than the denominator 5. So in this way we will get 6 improper fractions with same denominator 5. Okay? And numerators are different. Clear, children? The same type of question is question number 4. So now, children, I request you all to see question number 4. In question number 4, children, you have to write 6 improper fractions with numerator 13. Okay? In this question, numerator is given. Right? So can you solve this question, children? Let us solve. So we will write 6 fractions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Put commas between the fractions. Now what is given, children? Numerator, upper part is given. What is numerator? 13. So numerator is common for all the fractions. So write 13 in all of these 3 fractions. 13, 13, 13, 13 and 13. in all of these 6 fractions write 13 in the numerator part. Okay. Now children, these are improper fractions, right? So numerator will be greater than denominator, right children? So it means denominator will be any number which is less than the numerator. So we will write 6 different numbers which are less than numerator. Okay children, we will write the denominator which is less than numerator, because in improper fraction numerator is greater, so denominator will be smaller. Okay, so write 6 number, any 6 number which are smaller than 13. So I am writing here, suppose 12, starting from 12 in decreasing order children. So next number will be 11, not 13. Okay, so 11, then 10, then 9, then 8 and 7. So write 6 numbers which are smaller than the numerator. Okay, so these are the 6 improper fractions with same numerator 13. So this is how you have to solve this question. Alright children. Now children, before we move to the next question, let me discuss about some special cases with you children. Suppose children, what happens when we combine a whole with a part? We are combining a whole with a part. Suppose children, you are getting one whole apple. I am taking the same example, and you have divided it into 5 equal parts, right? Out of these 5 parts, you have taken the whole, all the parts, all 5 parts you have taken. Okay? So you have got 5 by 5. 5 cut, so it means you have got the whole one apple, right? Now after that, suppose you have got another apple, and in other apple again you have made 5 partitions. Okay, and out of this 5 you have again taken all 5 parts. 5 by 5, 5 by 5, 5 by 5 2 times, that means 10 by 5. Okay, 5 5 10, you have taken 10 parts out of 5 partitions. Now in the third apple, suppose you have chosen only one part out of 5 partitions. One part. Yes children? So 1 out of 5. So in third apple you will get 1 by 5 children, right? So 1, 5 by 5 one time, 1 apple, 5 by 5 second time, 1 more apple, plus in third apple you have chosen only 1 by 5 part, right? So 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1 by 5. You will get 2 plus 1 by 5, right? So what part you will get children? You will get 2 whole jar 1 by 5. This is the way to write this children. You have got 2 apple as a whole, and in third apple you are getting only a part. So you are getting one whole part and one fractional part. So when we combine them, a whole number with a fraction number, then we get a new type of number. And what type of number is this children? This is a mixed fraction. So in this we have combined a whole number with a fractional number. Right children? So this is the next topic that we have to discuss before we move to the next question. So children, what is a mixed fraction? So mixed fraction. A mixed fraction is a combination of whole number plus fraction. So whole number plus fraction. Okay? You will find the definition in the notes. So I am just telling you and to remind it. Okay? Don't forget. A mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number with a fractional number. For example, 3 plus 2 by 5 will be equal to 3 whole jar 2 by 5. We read at 3 2 by 5, yeah, 3 whole jar 2 by 5. 3 whole jar means 3 is taken as whole. Okay? So 3 whole jar 2 by 5. So 1 plus 2 by 7 will be equal to 1 whole jar 2 by 7. Right children? So this is the way to write. So you can see all of these mixed fractions, the value of mixed fraction is always greater than 1. Don't forget children. Mixed fractions are always greater than 1. Clear? So, what we have learned children? So, the things you have to remind is that proper fraction is always less than 1, right? Improper fraction are greater than or equal to 1. Clear? And mixed fractions are greater than 1. Clear, children? So now children, you can see mixed fraction are also greater than 1, improper fraction are also greater than 1. So can we convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction or an improper fraction into a mixed fraction? Do you want to know children? So let me tell you. We can convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction and an improper fraction into a mixed fraction. That is possible. How? So let us see now. So children, the next topic that we have to discuss is the conversion. Converting a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Right, children? So in a mixed fraction, if you see a mixed fraction, so you will find that in mixed fraction there is a whole number, okay, and whole number followed by a fraction. So in a fraction there will be a numerator upon denominator, right? This is the form of a mixed fraction. Now to convert this into improper fractions, how will you convert this, children? In improper fraction, firstly we will multiply denominator with whole number, okay, multiply denominator with whole number, multiply denominator with whole number, and plus after multiplying find the product and add the product in the numerator. So plus numerator and whole, you have to divide the whole by the denominator. This is the process, children. Firstly, see the mixed fraction, find the denominator, multiply the denominator. You have to start with denominator, multiply denominator with the whole number. After that, find the product and add the product in the numerator. Okay. After adding, you will get the numerator of the improper fraction. And what about denominator of improper fraction? Denominator will be the same. Denominator will not be changed. Right? So let us take an example for this. Children, don't forget the process. I am writing the form here. So in improper fraction, we will write the product of a denominator with whole number and add the product into numerator and whole divided by denominator. This formula is same as the formula you have studied in the division algorithm, second chapter, children. Do you remember? Divisor into quotient plus remainder equal to dividend. This was the division theorem that we have discussed in the second chapter. So this formula is nearly the same. Okay. So in place of divisor, there is denominator, and in place of quotient, there is whole number. Okay. Plus numerator, that is the remainder in place of remainder, and divided by the denominator, that is divisor. So, for example, children, I request you all to see question number 5. As you can see it here on the screen also, question number 5. Convert each of the following into an improper fraction. Okay? Some of the fractions are given here in the question, and you have to convert this improper mixed fraction into improper fraction. Right? So, see the first part. Question number 5, first part. Suppose we have to solve this question following this formula. our fraction is 5 whole jar 5 by 7. Right? Right, children? So firstly we will start from denominator and multiply denominator with numerator. Denominator with whole number, sorry children. So multiply denominator with whole number. So you will write 7 into 5. Denominator into whole number. Denominator is 7 into whole number here is 5. So 7 into 5 plus numerator plus what is numerator children? 5. So 7 into 5, find the product and add the product in the numerator plus. Here you have to multiply. Firstly multiply, then add. So add the numerator. Numerator here is 5. So add 5. Divide by denominator is 7. So write 7. 7 5 is 35 plus 5 by 7. So we get children 40 by 7. And this is the fraction, improper fraction. Right children? So 5 means what children? 5 means 7, 7, 7, 5 times. 7 out of 7 represent 1. So 7 by 7, 5 times will represent 5. Okay? And in this you are adding 5 by 7. So add 5 by 7 in the 7 by 7, 5 times. Okay? So 7 into 5 will show the parts obtained from 5 apples, and after that in the next apple, 6th apple, you are taking 5 parts out of 7 parts. So 5 7 is 35 parts plus 5. You have taken total 40 parts out of 7 partitions, right? So this is the way. Let us take another example, children. Write the formula here. Here it was denominator. See the second part. 9 whole jar 3 by 8. Right children? 9 whole jar 3 by 8. So again apply the formula. Start from denominator, multiply denominator with the whole number. Denominator into whole number. Okay, multiply. So denominator into whole number. Firstly multiply 8 into 9. Okay. After multiplying denominator into whole number, add the numerator. So 8 into 9 multiply and add the product in the numerator plus. Okay, add them. So plus what we have to add children? We have to add numerator, that is 3 plus 3. So denominator into what children? Whole number plus numerator 3 and divided by denominator. Denominator is the same in the improper fraction also. So denominator was 8. Here you can see children, 8 is denominator. So in place of denominator write 8. So what we get children? 8 9 is 72. 8 9 is 72 plus 3 by 8. So we get 75 by 8. Okay children? So 8, how many times children? 8, 9 times to get 9. Okay? And then in 10th one, you are taking 3 out of 8 parts. So total parts you have got is 8 into 9. 8 9 is 72 plus 3. Total 75 parts you have got. Right? So in the same way, let us solve one more part of the same question. Suppose I am solving the eighth part. 51 whole jar 2 by 3. This is the mixed fraction children. Again start from the denominator 3. Multiply denominator with the whole number. Okay. So multiply 3 into 51. 3 into 51. Here you have to multiply. Okay. So denominator into whole number, multiply, and after that you have to add, right? So learn this. Firstly multiply, then add. What you have to add? You have to add the numerator. Okay. Start from denominator. Firstly multiply, get the product, and then you add the next number, that is numerator. So add numerator 2. And what will be denominator of improper fraction so obtained? Denominator will be the same. So denominator will be 3. We get 51 3 jar 153 plus 2 upon 3. So what we get children? We get 155 by 3. And this is the answer children. Right? So children, in this way we can convert a mixed fraction into improbable fraction. So tomorrow we will learn how to convert an improbable fraction into a mixed fraction. Right children? So this is all for today. So we will see tomorrow now. Right children? So till then, you stay safe, stay at home. Thank you and Jai Hind.